I thought I'll make a quick video talking about what I have in my room, what I want to show you, what I'm working towards, how I'm practicing and progressing towards my goals, and yeah, that general side of things. So a little bit of insight into my life. So I am 27 years old. I started working in customer service roles at McDonald's and then working my way up towards a role at the casino as a dealer. So I dealt baccarat, roulette, and a few other small games at the casino for about a year and a half while finishing my degree in commerce. So when I was doing commerce at university, my thoughts was being fairly young and, straight out of school, I knew I wanted to do something with business, but I wasn't exactly sure what it was that I wanted to do. I decided that at some point I wanted to run my own business, but for the time being, my logic at the time was that you have to work for other businesses so that you can understand how businesses are run before you can run your own business, which isn't necessarily true. However, it is a good way to get some hands-on experience when you first begin, especially learning like soft skills, learning to deal with problems, issues, conflicts, dramas between people, and how to sort of resolve those conflicts, how to build meaningful relationships, and time management, and a few of those other things. So it wasn't all a waste of time, but I feel like university and my first few roles were critical, but I could have learned those skills through other areas. A lot of this I just attribute down to life experience. So on one hand, definitely got a lot of life experience out of it, but on the other hand, I feel like while you're young and you've got the motivation and you've got the optimism, which I think most people definitely have when you finish school, and especially when you first, you're exploring your options and you haven't quite put things into boxes. You haven't quite, labeled things as either good or bad. You're more open to ideas. So during these early stages, it's really important that you sort of, you focus on the things that really interest you, not just the things that are slightly interesting, because not that you're going to run out of your optimism or that, you're going to lose your motivation, because that comes and goes, but definitely something about being in your youth, you definitely have the ambition and drive and energy. Energy is a big one, definitely. So you definitely have more energy when you're younger. You definitely have more optimism. You definitely have a bit more hustle in you, I suppose. I hate using that word, but that's basically what it is. And during this time, it's a good time to do traveling. It is a good time to try to run that business idea, or try to fill a gap in the market, try to do something that other people aren't doing. So I guess a very good or a different way of thinking is, or let's go back. So if everybody is doing things a certain way, like let's say if everybody's trying to get a job in customer service, or everyone's trying to go to university and study a certain path, or, you're going to get very similar results to those kind of people. So if you want to see what your life might look like, think about people who are 5 years ahead of you in what you're trying to do, and see where they're at and see what they've achieved. That's probably what you can achieve, maybe a bit more, but that gives you a good idea, right? If you change your mindset to doing things that a minority of people are doing, and then figuring out, I suppose, where your specialty is, or where your real interest is, or where your passion is, or what you're halfway decent at, and you double or triple down on that, and you really take your focus and, forget about all the weaknesses you have. Once you find something, you triple down, you work really hard, you work your ass off, and you just get really good at that. You find ways you can create value. You can find ways that, if people are doing photography and everyone's taking photos of travel photos in the same perspective, in the same way, with the same sort of colors, then to stand out, and do something completely different, breaking the rules, reframing how things should be done. That's how you're going to stand out. That's how you're going to get outstanding results. That's how you're going to differentiate yourself from other people. That's how you're going to live an extraordinary life that is worth sort of looking back on, you know? So think ahead and think about, imagine yourself being a lot older, you know, 70, 80, 90, maybe towards the end of your life where you're really slowing down. And then think about the things that you would be proud of doing. Think about the things that you would want to achieve. Think about how certain ideas that you might think are silly now, how that would make you feel if you didn't do them by the time you got to that age. Would you regret them? If there's anything you think that you might even remotely regret, 100% do it in your youth. Try it while you're young and just give it a go. There's lots to learn from just failing, you know. You got to try again, fail again, fail harder, fail better, you know. So that's I think I've just butchered that maxim, but it's something that I read in a book, and I think it definitely applies. If you use that approach to getting outside of your head, getting into action, getting into execution, getting into trying things, getting into meeting people, facing your fears, trying things that make you feel uncomfortable. Don't let things build up in your head, and don't pander to other people's expectations or thoughts of how things should be. You're well on your way with that mindset. You're definitely going to be 100% ahead of people, you know, with the average mindset. So hopefully this goes out and gives you a bit of inspiration. Hope you enjoy this. Peace from Mark, Melbourne.